Let me start with something uncomfortable. Most people are not underpaid. They're misaligned. They put in effort every day. They stay busy. They stay tired. But nothing really changes. That's because effort alone doesn't create progress. Direction does. Here's the idea that changes everything. You don't need more effort. You need to redesign it. Because right now, most people are working hard in ways that don't move their life forward. They are pouring energy into systems that don't return anything long-term. Here's the problem. From the start, we're taught a simple rule. Work harder and things improve. So when money is tight, people respond the same way. More hours, more tasks, more pressure. They try to outwork the problem. But effort without structure just creates exhaustion. You can be extremely disciplined and still stuck. You can be consistent and still going in circles. That's not a character flaw, that's a design flaw. When you start from zero, effort is all you have. No capital, no leverage, no safety net. So where that effort goes matters more than how much of it you give. Most people aim their effort at survival, pay the bills, get through the week, avoid mistakes. That keeps you alive, but it doesn't build anything. Redesigning your effort means shifting from motion to direction. Instead of asking, "How can I work harder?" you ask, "What is my effort actually building?" If the answer is nothing that lasts, that's the issue. Effort should compound. It should leave something behind: skill, clarity, capacity. But carry-on effort disappears at the end of the day. You clock out, it resets. Tomorrow starts at zero again. That's why people feel like they're running but not moving. They're not lazy. They're just investing effort into places that don't keep it. Redesigning your effort is about using the same energy differently. Not more motivation, not grinding longer, just aligning effort with outcomes that survive time. This isn't about quitting your job or chasing trends or finding shortcuts. It's about understanding that effort is a resource, and like any resource, it can be wasted or invested. Starting from zero means you can't afford wasted effort. Every unit matters. In this video, we're going to break this down slowly. No hype, no pressure, just clear thinking about how effort actually turns into progress. That's the foundation. Same effort, different design. Let's go deeper. Because redesign your effort sounds simple, but most people don't know what their effort is actually doing. They assume effort equals progress. They assume tired means productive. They assume busy means useful. That assumption is wrong. Effort has different layers, and most people are stuck on the lowest one. The lowest layer is maintenance effort. This is effort that keeps things from falling apart, paying bills, responding to messages, fixing small problems, meeting expectations. Maintenance effort feels necessary, and it is, but it doesn't move you forward. It only keeps you where you are. When you start from zero, most of your effort goes here, and that makes sense. You're trying to survive. The problem is when all your effort stays here. You never redesign it. The next layer is improvement effort. This is effort that slightly improves your situation. A small raise, a better schedule, a more efficient routine. It helps, but it's still fragile. If the environment changes, those gains disappear. The highest layer is structural effort. This is effort that changes what you are capable of: skills, judgment, decision-making, problem-solving. Structural effort builds capacity, and capacity stays. Most people never reach this layer consistently, not because they can't, but because it doesn't feel urgent. Maintenance effort screams. Structural effort whispers. Bills demand attention now. Learning and building don't. So the brain prioritizes what feels urgent over what's important. Redesigning your effort means deliberately moving some energy away from maintenance and into structure. Not all of it, you still need to survive, but some of it, even 10–20%, changes the trajectory. Another misunderstanding is effort visibility. People put effort where it's seen, where it's praised, where it's measured. Structural effort is often invisible. No one claps when you think better. No one notices when your judgment improves. So people avoid it. But invisible effort is often the most valuable because it compounds quietly. Here's the key clarity. Effort is not equal by default. Two people can work the same hours. One builds fatigue, the other builds capacity. The difference is not motivation, it's design. If your effort leaves you just as dependent tomorrow as you were yesterday, it's poorly designed. Redesigning effort means asking a harder question. Will this effort still help me if the situation changes? If the answer is no, be careful. That's the deeper foundation. Effort that survives change beats effort that only survives today. Now let's make this practical. Because redesigning your effort only matters if it changes what you do tomorrow. If you're starting from zero, your time and energy are limited, so you can't redesign everything at once. You redesign how you approach what you already do. Start with this shift. Instead of asking, "What do I need to finish today?" ask, "What can I extract from today?" If you're doing a task, don't just complete it. Understand why it exists, what problem it solves, what breaks if it's done poorly. That turns routine work into learning. If you're dealing with people, don't just respond. Practice clarity, practice calm, practice explanation. That builds communication under pressure. If something goes wrong, don't rush past it. Slow down. Ask what caused it. Ask what you missed. Ask what you'd do differently next time. That builds judgment. These don't require extra hours, they require attention. That's redesigning effort. Now the reality check. This will feel slower at first. You will feel less productive. You will finish fewer tasks. You will question whether it's worth it. That's normal. You're moving effort from visible output to invisible capacity. Another reality, no one may reward this immediately. Your paycheck might not change, your title might not change, your workload might even increase. That can feel unfair, but remember what you're building, not short-term approval, long-term leverage. Another hard truth, redesigning your effort means letting go of the comfort of being busy. Busy hides inefficiency. Busy hides avoidance. Busy feels safe. Intentional effort feels exposed. You notice your gaps. You see where you're weak. You can't hide behind motion. That discomfort is part of the cost. If you avoid it, you stay dependent on the environment staying stable, and stability is never guaranteed. Here's the payoff. When your effort builds capacity, pressure feels different. Problems feel solvable. Change feels manageable. You stop feeling like one mistake away from collapse, not because life gets easier, but because you get sturdier. That's the practical reality. Redesigned effort doesn't make you faster right away. It makes you harder to derail. Let's reframe this using real-world logic. Effort is not about proving discipline. It's about creating options. In real life, systems change. Jobs disappear. Rules shift. What worked stops working. People who rely on raw effort suffer the most because when the system breaks, their effort has nowhere to go. People who redesign their effort suffer less because their effort built something portable. Here's the contrast. One person works hard to be reliable in one role. They follow instructions perfectly. They meet expectations. When the role disappears, they're lost. Another person uses the same role differently. They learn how decisions are made. They learn how problems are framed. They learn how outcomes are judged. When the role disappears, they still function. Same hours, different design. The first person feels calm when things are stable. The second person feels calm when things move. That's the difference between effort that maintains and effort that adapts. This also reframes ambition. Ambition isn't about doing more, it's about wasting less. It's about making sure each unit of effort leaves you slightly stronger than before. Even on bad days, even in boring roles, even when no one notices. If your effort leaves you more capable tomorrow, it was well designed. If it only left you tired, it wasn't. Starting from zero means you don't get many chances, so effort has to count. Not perfectly, but intentionally. Here's the consolidation. Stop asking, how can I push harder? Start asking, how can this effort outlive today? That question changes how you work, how you learn, how you respond under pressure. Same effort, different future. If this helped you see your work and money more clearly, subscribe. This channel isn't about hustle, it's about alignment, using effort where it actually builds something. Clear thinking, practical progress, no hype.